has now officially left the Capitol. He is done with meetings today, but he was also very careful to make sure that he met with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. So this morning, he met with Republicans, Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, as well as Doug Collins, one of the top Republicans on the Judiciary Committee. And then later on in the morning, he met with Adam Schiff, Democrat chair of the House Intel Committee, as well as with Jerry Nadler and David Cicilline, who is leading the House's antitrust investigation. So he is making his case and trying to tell his story on both sides of the aisle. One thing that really struck me is the number of committees that have jurisdiction or feel like they have play over Facebook. Facebook is embroiled in so many different issue areas. There's a lot of scrutiny, whether it's on privacy, data protection, election security, that Zuckerberg really had to make sure he covered a lot of ground here on Capitol Hill.
All right, Ilan, stick around here. Jim, let's talk about this whole idea that tech is in focus. We've called it tech under fire, the tech wreck. Everybody seems to be targeting big technology companies. But is this a situation where it just is the lawmakers in Washington who care? Because it sure seems like customers at the end of the day are still signing up for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and everybody else.
Yeah, I tell you, it's really hard not to be struck by sort of the gap or dissonance between sort of the hysteria in Washington, D.C. especially, whether it's on Capitol Hill or it's with activists, and sort of what's going on in the rest of the country, where people continue to sign up with Facebook, they continue to use Google, they continue to shop on Amazon, they continue to share photos and use social media. And if there were an actual sort of techlash that was just beyond sort of what's going on in the 202 area code, I would expect to see some sort of a real-world impact. Even if it's only people, I don't know, adjusting their privacy settings more or using two-factor authentication if they're really concerned about privacy, I just don't see it.
So you've brought up, Jimmy, this idea of surveillance capitalism. I mean, right. The notion here is an interesting one. Take us through the argument about why this particular kind of, I guess, economic impact for these companies may not be all it's cracked up to be with regard to the techlash overall.
Well, listen, obviously having business models driven by advertising, some people don't like that business model. They don't like the idea that your data, when it's aggregated, is being used to sell you ads. They don't like the idea. They find it creepy. I'm not sure. I think, and a lot of people may find it a little off-putting, but they also like those free services. And again, if you really didn't like that, would you be buying, Ring doorbell services, which there's also a privacy issue? Would you be looking for other sorts of browsers,
Sure.
search engines that don't track you? People just aren't doing it. I realize we're all kind of freaking out about it, but we're not doing anything about it.